Hey, you guys, welcome to the Rachel Cruze Show. And today I'm going to talk about how I'm personally investing my money this year. So this is a topic that I've been asked about. Again, investing is for some of you right now that you're really interested in, for some of you maybe later down the road. But I want to just share with you, here's what Winston and I are doing. And I want to start off by saying, first and foremost, saving in general just doesn't come naturally to me. I'm a natural spender. And so honestly, when it comes to investing, I have to tell myself 65-year-old Rachel is going to be so happy. She is going to be so happy. She's going to live the life. She is going to be living the life. I have to talk myself into it because sometimes it can feel like a black hole, like you're putting money away and you're not going to see it for decades. And it's just really hard. But what I have found that is motivating for me is investing. It's kind of like accountability, honestly, for me, because I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I don't want to just go and just spend a ton, because I've been through seasons of that where I'm like, oh yeah, spending money is really fun. I'm going to spend it on a bunch of stuff. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, that didn't satisfy me like I thought it would. And so I've just realized accumulating and spending stuff for the heck of it, just, it just doesn't do it for me. So I'm like, okay, if I have extra money, I want to be able to invest it and let that money work for me. So this just allows me to feel productive about my income, where I'm like, okay, I'm using my income to do something good. Because when you invest, your money is making money. And again, not that spending is wrong, and I'm all about spending, I get it, but it is being wise about the future. So I do want to caveat this as well, is that Winston and I are on baby step 7. So we've been doing this plan for 13 years, and we got married young. We both were in good financial spot that I know not everyone does, but we didn't have student loan debt. We really didn't have any debt. We kind of were starting off with a little bit of savings and started off our life there. So again, we started off young in a great spot, and then we've just continued to have good money habits. And the way we view our money, the way we look at it, we're just really intentional. So it's been 13 years, okay? So just take a deep breath, because if you're not at this place right now, it's okay. It's okay. This takes time. This is a marathon. It is not a sprint. And depending on what baby step you're on is going to depend on what you're going to do with investing. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first, let's just get right to it. So one of the big things that Winston and I do is we try to invest and max out our Roth IRAs as soon as possible. So we do a backdoor Roth, and the year before we save money so that when January hits, we try to go ahead and max everything out in January, because that means that gives us the entire year to have growth and for it to be in the market, that money. So the sooner that you can invest, obviously the sooner it's in the market. And so if we can do it earlier in the year, it just gives a full year for growth versus doing it later in the year. So that's just kind of a rhythm that we've been in for a few years. Again, we're really intentional the year before. So in 2022, we were putting money aside. So when 2023 hit, we had the money to do that. And again, this comes with some great tax advantages like tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawals once you hit retirement. And putting money into a Roth IRA is a great plan because you've already paid taxes on it. So you're using the money you've already paid taxes out of your paycheck to fund your Roth IRA. So your Roth IRA itself is not an investment, but it holds your investments and protects them from taxes. And you can put a lot of different investments into your Roth IRA. So your mutual funds, anything in there, again, it protects from taxes, which is huge. Now, some employers offer a Roth 401k plan, which is amazing because, again, the money you're putting into your 401k is protected from taxes as well. But if you have a traditional 401k plan, is awesome. But there is a difference between your Roth IRA, which is not with your employer, your 401k is. And each one is going to have different income limitations. It's going to have how much you can actually max out per year. And all of those change year to year, depending on the governments and the president and all of that. So make sure that you're up to date to know, okay, what are those terms and conditions? Because these are really important vehicles, your Roth IRA and 401k, to be investing in for retirement. All right, the next thing we also do is try to max out our HSA, which is a health savings account. So if you didn't know, a health savings account is a tax-advantaged savings account paired with a high deductible health plan that can help you pay for medical expenses for both now or later. So this is a great thing to have. But if you have the cash flow to be able to say, hey, we're going to use cash for medical expenses, then this actually can just work as a savings account. And once you reach a certain balance, it can actually change into an investment account, which functions a lot like an IRA. So your health savings account is a great place to be able to say, hey, we're going to put some money here. And it's also a place to save for retirement. It's another vehicle here on the side. So make sure to check that out if you haven't. The next way that Winston and I are investing is we have a rental property. So when we built our home a few years ago, we kept our original home and we've been renting it out, and we have that as an investment property. And again, not everyone is here because we want you to be debt-free before you go into real estate investing. But if that's your thing, I think it's a great way to diversify, and you start small. The very first property we ever had, which we ended up selling to help build the home that we're in now, was a foreclosure condo, and it was nasty and dirty. But we got it in foreclosure, and that was our first kind of taste into the rental market ourselves. And it was just a great feeling to be able to say, hey, yeah, we're diversifying and we have some real estate. And again, it's not like this big grand thing. We're not going into debt for it. We're starting small, but we move at the speed of cash. So it'll be a long time before we probably have another investment property, but that's a great place that we've kept money, and we were really intentional that when we built our other home, we could still keep it. So that's just another place that we invest. The next place that we invest is our 401k. So I mentioned this earlier in the video, but your 401k, if your employer offers, or a 403b, is another great place to put money for retirement. Now, within your 401k, there are different types of mutual funds, and we recommend 4 different types to be investing in. So again, you get some diversification. So a growth in income, international, and aggressive growth. So divvying up your money in different types of mutual funds is also really important. So look at that, because again, investing in your 401k is important, but you're gonna be able to pick where you put your money. So investing in those 4 different types is key. All right, lastly, I always let an investment professional help me and Winston and I together with our money. So we have SmartVestor pros all over the country, and they are really financial experts in this space. And so if you do not have someone that is helping you with retirement, it is really key. And what's great about SmartVestor pros and financial planners is that they're looking at your entire picture. They're seeing everything going on. And these people are so smart because they do this day in and day out. And they really can help guide you and change even your course if things need to change. And that's what's really helpful. And if you have big life changes, like your job situation, where you live, your health, the age of your kids, all of it can change your investment strategy. So it's really important to have somebody on your team, which Winston and I have. We sit down with him every January and we look at everything and we just say, okay, hey, what is the best use of our money that we have? Now, again, I want to reemphasize that we are on baby step 7. Those of you that are not, you may not be investing right now, and that's okay. Or if you're on baby steps 4 through 6, you may not be investing more than 15% of your income, and that's okay. You really do want to walk out the baby steps because it is the quickest way to get from point A to point B to build wealth. So baby step 1 is your starter emergency fund of $1,000. Baby step 2 is getting out of debt. Baby step 3 is 3 to 6 months of expenses. You're going to be pausing investing while you're doing that. Then you can press play on investing on baby step 4, which is 15% of your income into retirement, fund kids' college. Baby step 5, pay off the house early. Baby step 6. And then baby step 7 is where you can invest more and become extremely generous, is what we say. Just build wealth. And you're doing all of this not just to store up money for the heck of it, but it really is to say, okay, what is the wisest thing to do with my income right now? Is it to put it in the market and let my money work for itself, which is awesome, and changing our family tree, being able to leave a legacy to our kids, to be able to be generous, to be able to do things with money, because we always say money is a tool, and that's what it is. So again, this is what we've decided to do in our household. So we don't up our lifestyle very much at all year to year. We kind of keep it pretty consistent because, again, I've just learned after years of having some disposable income, which is great, it only buys you so much and stuff only gets you so far in life. And it's kind of like, okay, could I be making better use of this money? And so that's what we've been talking about as a family, as a couple, and something that we've implemented over the years. So we did not start off here. It has taken us 13 years to get to this point. So hear me say that. But I want you to have patience with it and to know that, like, yeah, you get to decide what to do with your money. And that's the other powerful thing, is that your money is yours. When you make an income and you've made decisions to get you to a point, you get to decide, hey, what do we want to do with this? So that's what we've decided to do. Thought I'd let you in on it because I think investing is interesting and everyone kind of has a different take. So make sure to share this video with a friend who finds investing interesting as well. And remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.